Welcome back to Modi Speaks. My name is Modi. I'm really happy to be back to creating videos after 1 month of absence from YouTube, and that was because I was writing my exams. Honestly, I believe I came back at the nick of time because, oh my god, I really needed to address this issue and set a few things straight. Because at this point, I don't really know what black women actually want anymore. There is an extremely viral video on TikTok of a black beauty influencer bashing a beauty brand for producing a dark concealer that was too dark for black people. According to this influencer, the concealer was literally blackface. Let's take a look at this video and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Which side of my face is the black face paint or the Youthforia foundation? You can't tell. You know why? Tar in a bottle. This is jet black face paint, and this is the darkest shade of the Youthforia Date Night foundation. This is black face paint. This is the darkest shade of the Youthforia foundation. A few months ago, I tried the darkest shade of the Youthforia foundation. This is what it looked like on me. I'm gonna apply some of the foundation on this side of my face so you guys can see. Let's just go ahead and try to blend this out, you guys. Enough. Who is that color? I'm gonna wipe this off. Let me put the paint all over my face. I'm literally just going in with the face paint. We're gonna do some painting, and let me just go ahead and blend it out with the brush. This is the darkest shade of the Youthforia foundation. This is black face paint. Sometimes it's okay to say, hey, maybe my brand is not made for complexion. I'm gonna squeeze a pump of this on my forehead just right out the bottle so you guys can see that I'm literally not joking. We're gonna do a big blend of this, you guys. When we say that we want you guys to make shades for us, we don't mean to go to the lab and ask for minstrel show black. What we mean is to take the browns that you have made, create undertones, and do what you need to do in the lab so it's a darker shade of brown. This is the darkest shade, shade 600, and as you guys can see in the bottle, literally jet black. The shade right next to it, shade 590. This is what it looks like in the bottle. Here is shade 600. You guys, there could be like 10 more shades in between these two shades. In addition to that, when we go to the actual website and we look at the swatch, not only is the swatch online literally jet black, there's literally only 4 or 5 shades for people that actually have dark complexions. Not really for black people, for being honest. Not only in 2024 is this so disgusting and disrespectful, but this needs to be pulled off the shelves.
If this is pulled off the shelves, the 1% of black women who are actually grateful for the availability of that dark shade that you are so disgusted about would still come online and make their own backlash video against the Youthforia brand. Are you trying to convince me that you are the darkest woman in America or in the world? Maybe if you had chosen the correct shade for you without the intention of trolling this brand, you would have been happier with the results. The company this woman is trolling right here is called Youthforia, in case you don't know. The company is into beauty products and it is pretty new, barely 3 years old, but it has been dragged twice by this particular woman. The first time I saw her trolling this brand was after the first launch of their concealer. She made a video dragging the brand for not being inclusive enough to make darker shades of concealer for darker black women. When I watched her first video, I genuinely was not mad at the brand because unlike her, I understood the way business works. This is a new company that just launched her first product, okay? So you don't expect them to have all the varieties because they are new to the market. We have very dark shades are the minority of customers. New companies are usually looking to make profit and build experience. And then with the profit they have made from products that are in high demand, they can then have the ability to branch out and make more products that can help them diversify depending on how large scale they intend to go. A good example of this is if I'm trying to launch, say, a concealer brand in Kenya. In order to maximize my profits and utilize my money properly, I would be focused on producing different shades of brown concealer because that is in high demand in the Kenyan market. Then with time and experience, I can then venture into lighter colors to serve the very few very light-skinned Kenyans and white people living in Kenya. And besides, companies have the right to produce whatever they want as long as it is not a government-owned company. They can decide to target a particular audience with their products or niche down to a particular audience. They have the right to do that without being called out for not being inclusive. But sadly, brands are not allowed to be unique or exclusive because of the woke mob. Uniqueness and niching down to a particular audience is not allowed unless you're a black-owned business. because I have never seen people from other race bashing and dragging black businesses that are only dedicated to making products for black hair and black hair alone. I have never seen it. Now, everything I'm saying is in response to her very first video. Now, let's talk about this current video. This woman was mad at this brand for not having a concealer shade dark enough for her complexion. But when the brand produced her shade and some other darker shades than her, she decided to go for the darkest so as to solidify her trolling. This is my problem with some black women, creating a problem where there isn't any. I went on the Youthforia website to take a look at their dark shades of foundation and to investigate her claims. This is what I found. There are definitely many dark shades currently available. Not only that, when I looked it up on Instagram, I found many other black models who are same shade as her, some even darker, and they found a shade that fit them beautifully.
Immediately. It feels really nice. That's like a perfect match, by the way. No, it really is. It's like velvety.
I've not seen anything like.
Have you ever used this foundation before?
No, this is actually my first time, and I'm surprised that. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, Youthforia, okay.
Youthforia extended their date night skin tint foundation range, so let's see if I have a match. I'm using shade 395, which is a neutral with warm undertones. This is such a beautiful formula that is not streaky whatsoever. It wears so well and truly just melts into the skin. Like, it feels so good and looks even better. What do you think? Did I find my match?
What I found interesting is the way so many black women are hopping on this trend of calling out any brand that a popular black influencer is dragging. It's almost as if some black women cannot reason for themselves. They just troll because a popular black influencer trolled. Or maybe they're just waiting for an opportunity to play the victim. This beautiful black lady was very happy with her Youthforia foundation and she came online to share that with people. But ever since this black influencer came online to troll the brand, this particular lady deleted the video from her page. Wonderful. I even saw some respected black beauty influencers like Miss Darcy, who once promoted a black foundation that was exactly the same as this Youthforia brand, but she herself is now trolling the color, forgetting that she once promoted this exact color to her audience. Take a look.
This is a black foundation. It's from Sunset Makeup and it's not a face paint, it's a foundation. They come in a bunch of different colors, but today we're gonna try the black one. It's so crazy how pigmented these are. Like, what the heck? Goes on so smooth. Oh my god. It's not like face paints where they dry out your skin and they get all crackly and gross. This literally feels just like a foundation, but it's black. This is amazing for costume makeup. If you're a cosplayer, Halloween, you can make a skull or paint a robber's mask over your eyes like this. But remember, if you're not black, don't be painting your whole face like this. It's also really easy to take off with just a makeup wipe. These are so cool. Which one should I try next?
A few months later.
This is straight up black face paint. Why would they do this? They really said, damn, here you go, Blackie. Youthforia was called out before for their lack of shades, so they decided to come out with a literal black foundation. There's no undertones, no depth to it. It's literally black. Like, look at it. Look at it on her face. This is minstrel makeup. No, people are gonna come in the comments and be like, why are you banging these brands to make dark shades when we have Fenty? Two things can be true at once. You can support Fenty and also call out other brands. Literally, my video right before this is a Fenty review. Sometimes you have to say something. This is a crime against humanity. Every other foundation in the line has multiple pigments because human skin tones are not just one color. They literally just put one black pigment in here and called it foundation. And hey, if you want to have a straight up black foundation, why don't you have a straight up white foundation? Where's the equality? There's so many foundations on the market now that they could have used as an example. Instead, they decided to freestyle. I don't know. I saw someone say that the brand had pulled the foundation off of the website. I literally just checked and it's still there. I think this just might be the craziest thing I've seen a brand do.
I have seen several reactions from black creators regarding this foundation. Many said it was racist, some said it's a crime against humanity, etc. They made all these remarks because they thought that this product was owned by a white individual. The founder and owner of Youthforia is a Chinese-American woman by the name of Fiona Ko-chan, and she didn't mean any harm. So you guys should just go outside and get some fresh air. The Youthforia brand has so many shades. So if the shade 600 isn't for you, try a lighter shade. And if you can't find your shade in the Youthforia brand, please try a different brand. Case closed. And for your information, there are very minority of black people out there who are extremely grateful that this particular foundation exists. So if it's not your shade, I suggest that you leave it for the minority of people who need it, instead of being openly racist to very dark black people. In fact, I strongly believe that if this darkest shade doesn't exist, this influencer would make a video to complain about it. Instead of complaining and expecting people from other race to produce things especially for your race, why don't you put in the work, go into that laboratory and produce it yourself, since it's that easy? Yes, you can leverage this opportunity and capitalize on this vacancy in the beauty product industry. It could be an opportunity for a black-owned company. But no, all we know is to tear down people's hard work with complaints. It is high time we understand that makeup is art. Everyone is allowed to tweak and play around with products in order to achieve a unique look. There are so many different things you can do with this very dark color, even if it's not your shade, from costumes to theater to prosthetics to makeup, etc. Just like what these women achieved with this white concealer. This is extremely white, but look at what she was able to achieve by playing around with colors. This is the art of makeup. Honestly, some black women need to calm down because some of these things are not really that deep. If you enjoyed this video and would love to see more videos from me, then do well to subscribe to my channel. And as you do that, please just bear in mind that I do not know much. I just speak.